So we're all raring to go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The action has already started. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, good spread. And it's made its way to him, and he decides to cross it. Czech claims it without any fuss. It's a good spell of possession, this. Great defending, strong and determined. Ooh, perfectly measured that. And he's away. Just to keep it, real chance! And he nearly went all the way.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Out to the left it goes. Lazaro. He's picked his way through. Great ball and he's in. Oh, shooting chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Simeone really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Brazil are looking to go forward now. Now it's De Jong. Oh, a delicate chip through. Endrick purring through the gears. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now it's Lazaro, and he's managed to get free. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Oh, super ball! Endrick! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal! Brazil! The breakthrough strike! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
So we have our breakthrough.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
He is through here. Torino deciding to turn to the long ball now. That is pretty evident.
Yeah, it is clear that they've decided to take a more direct route to goal now, but, you know, they can't just continue doing this and make it predictable. And importantly, they've got to look to win the second ball. If they do that, they should get right up the pitch.
Yeah, they really should. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. He's in a great position here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Now it's Vlasic. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Thuram. Endrick is onto it in a flash. Simeone. Thuram makes the interception. Can he get it through? Now the big chance! Messi is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. De Jong. Oh, such a clever touch. Oh, that's a fine interception. Now, can they get him away? Quality ball. No way through there.
Brazil really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Torino clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And it's Messi. Now it's De Jong. Has a shot! Off the post! No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too...
Shapes to shoot! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Threads one in. That's been slipped through. It's hammers! And he hits the net. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Was there ever any doubt?
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Endrick goes Endrick! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Vlasic. There's the whistle for half-time. How would you review the first half?
Brazil certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Brazil go in at half-time on a comfortable two-goal cushion. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. In with the challenge. Driving on and making good progress. Pelé. It's Pelé! Brilliant from Pelé! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
A case now of complete control. Well, that pass isn't the best. And that's put paid to a promising move. Brazil come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Lazaro. Well, momentarily the situation was perilous, but his alertness has saved the day.
If you were looking at the shopping list of what you need in a top defender, that's it.
Ferdinand does well to get it back. Oh, terrible pass. Hendrick! Oh, what a big quick trick. Oh, what has happened here?
Brazil are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Torino clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Almost an hour gone, and he's being shifted off it. Hendrick is being harried and hassled.
Well, he has to become a target. They've been too slow to recognise his influence.
And it's James Rodriguez. He's gone for goal! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Brazil perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Oh, strongly challenged there. Oh, just skips past his man. Owen is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Vieira gets a foot in here. Pelé given the lift of his goal. And this is Owen. This looks promising. Now he's off and running.
Brazil couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Now it's Lazaro.
Pretty robust defending.
Lazaro has got himself a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Strokes it back. Brazil have got it back and they'll have another go. And here's Simeone. Oh, well played. And this is Zapata. Pelé. Owen.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, super find. Shot could be... He's having a shot! And it's come back out to him. And it's there! Over the hills and far away. No catching them now. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Torino are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Brazil are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Into the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Zapata. That's been cut out, well played. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And he is going into that little black book. Nicely spread. Pelé. Oh, now here it's Pelé! Oh, impressive strike.
Pelé probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Now it's Endrick. And no, he's seen through all of that. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's a sharp little ball here. And that's really well manoeuvred. And he plays one through. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Endrick. Looking for options for movement. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Owen! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Foram indicados 4 minutos de acréscimo.
Vieira. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Here's found the chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, that was vital. De Jong. That's that, the end. Brazil can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. Endrick claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And as you can see, we've already started. Oh, he's been caught napping! And the shot! Good effort first time.
Yeah, quick thinking and the right choice for me, but that was difficult to get right.
Spread it left. Solomon, and he's managed to get free. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. He's looking wide. Played into the box. Nice interception, well timed. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
David De Gea. He's one of the all-time great shot-stoppers, Peter. His positioning is superb, and he always seems to pick the perfect moment to rush off his line. What I really like about him is the way he keeps his frame big to make life as difficult as possible for strikers. And the manager will be hoping for a few more clean sheets now that he's in the team.
Yeah, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Keane. Pirlo. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And here's Endrick. Now that's a fine challenge. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And he's forced to go back. That pass isn't the best. He's picked his way through. Now it's Keane. Roberto Baggio. Brazil yet to have an attempt on goal. Now it's Snyder. Roberto Baggio, and this is Ibra. Can he finish? Fagioli. Oh, he's ended up in no man's land. And here's Ibrahimovic. Pass somewhat off target. And here's Ibrahimovic. Undor. Keane is onto it in a flash. And here's Endrick. Endrick! They've got to be quick to recover this. And it's Snyder. He's tried one! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. It's Pirlo! Too close for comfort. Pirlo. Endrick. And he was quick to react. Knocks it into space. Oh, good take in a good area. Well, the defence proved infallible then. But that won't be the last they'll see of him. And shapes to shoot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Fagioli. Now Solomon. Looking to play him in. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Pirlo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now it's Keane. Rafael Varane produces the perfect tackle there. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And here's Endrick. Endrick! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Cleared away. Harrison. Solomon. Turns back here, probably the best option. And Pongracic. Harrison. Oh, super find. Vieira. And here's Ibrahimovic. He's on it, can he get... Big chance! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And there's the end of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Reflections on the first half?
OK, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Brazil go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead.
Cambio di giocatori.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Brazil really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Brazil different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
He's there to hit it! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Fagioli.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Roberto Baggio. And here's Vieri. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, it's played into the... Terrific header! No, not the best of headers.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Solomon. There they go, hunting in packs. Brazil just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Endrick under intense pressure.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Now it's Keane. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Solomon.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And the finish!
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
And here's Keane. Oh, the referee's got a decision to make here. What's he going to give? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 17.
Baresi is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Tries a shot! That has not gone well. Roberto Baggio quietly revving up. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
And he's in on goal! And he's heaved it away. And that's a dangerous ball. Oh, shooting chance! And it's been shipped out wide. And he's been shifted off it. Solomon. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Brazil are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And he plays one through. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Looking for the... Great chance! He should have put that one away.
Vieri has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Brazil with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Brazil given another corner. It's their second corner of the game. Well, there's the clearance. There will be a throw-in. And it's Snyder. It's Snyder! He can get that clear. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 20.
Brazil have their third corner.
Numero 91.
Brazil clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he has been fouled there. Time and again they are repelled.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
It's a pretty loose pass. Tries to pass it through. Brazil moments now away from seeing this one out. Great vision. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Fascioli, played out to the left flank. Now it's Snyder. Can he get it through? He's a sharp little ball here.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
We are into overtime. And we're done. Brazil have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Endrick claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Now it's Nedved. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, those of you who followed English football around the turn of the century will certainly know this man well. He is, of course, Giovanni van Bronckhorst, another fine Dutch import who claimed his fair share of trophies whilst on these shores.
And later on in the continent too, Peter. He never really struck me as a flashy player, but rather a model of consistency, adaptability and intelligence. He excelled in one of the hardest roles in the game.
A role, of course, you know very well, Jim. Van Bronckhorst, an incredibly influential player, and it is no surprise that he's worn that famous orange shirt more than 100 times. Modric, Rabiot, and he's managed to get free. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Rafael Leao.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Threads one in. Shot, surely! Goal, Brazil! First blood drawn. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
And the pass is intercepted. Oh, good ball! Goes for a shot! It's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Simplicity itself.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Milan grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
He's on it. Can he get away? Ibrahimovic! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him! About as smooth as it gets. And again they hit the front. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Salmakers aims beyond the defence. Stood up well to him there. Lovely bit of skill. And that's a... Takes a shot! It's in! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back.
He's gone for goal! Just off target.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Bartasagi. And it's Rabiot. Great defending, strong and determined. And this is Ibrahimovic. Oh, this looks sharp.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Rafael Varane gets a foot in and wins the ball. Nedved knocks it into space. It's Ibrahim. It's bounced back off the post. Loftus-Cheek. Tomori. For Salamakers. And it's Ibrahimovic. Brazil looking to pass their way through. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Van Bronckhorst delivered in. And the counter is on. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Modric. Now it's Rafael Leao. Now it's Loftus-Cheek. Vieira. Platini. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And here's Rafael Leao. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's been caught on it. He's having a shot! And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Brazil are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. What a good half. They've gone blow for blow, and it's 2-2.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 12.
The second half then, just getting going.
Brazil have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Rafael Leao. Loftus-Cheek. That is ended up in no man's land. Pulisic pinches it off him. Brazil different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Brazil clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. And the finish! There it is!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Brazil get themselves into the lead. Rafael Leao.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Pirlo. Good ball, good take. And he's intervened well there. Estupinian. And he's been shifted off it. That pass has been well intercepted. And here's Rabiot. Gullit is always looking to break lines. Now that looks a decent ball. Brazil do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Salmakers is wide and looking to get onto this. Vieira did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Rabiot. Estupinian. Gets a good foot in there. And it's Gullit. That is a great pick out. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Milan can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Ibrahimovic under intense pressure.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now, at least the message.
Hendrick! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Bartasagi, and it's Fofana. Gullit, nicely weighted ball, well read, and the danger is averted. Modric. Pulisic has found the net here, of course. Now it's Gullit. And the shot! And he hits the net! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Brazil go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
He's had it taken off him. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Great vision. Rafael Varane gives no quarter whatsoever. Pirlo. Looking for options for movement. Not the most accurate pass. Rabiot. Modric. Foot in. Now it's Platini. Brazil finding their passes. De Winter. And Tomori. De Winter. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Fofana. Now it's Rafael Leao. Now Pulisic.
That's good play from him.
Can he get it through? Platini. Endrick.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Hullet.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Little doubt, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. And it's Pirlo. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Brazil are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done. Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone who's shown great leadership from such a young age when starting his career in France.
And the shot! He's missed, but not by that far. Bernardo Silva.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And the finish! And he has kept it out somehow.
Zola clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Header! Oh, crossbar! And now a sudden chance to counter. Played back in. He's in a great position here. And he's running. He's going for goal! He's got away with one there. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Doku. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Saliba gets a foot in here. And he's played it back. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Owen. Aimed beyond the defence. Bernardo Silva. Neither side yet able to find the net. Doku. And reclaimed it in a trice. Oh, that is a chance! It's there! The breakthrough strike! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Short changes him with that pass.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And that's a dangerous ball. He's having a shot! It's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it.
Owen! There's a goal! And the comeback is complete. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next...
Face-to-face with the keeper. Decent chance! Rodri. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Oh, nicely intercepted. Cherki. That is ended up in no man. He's had a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. Bernardo Silva. And now they can spring out of defence. Doku. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Vieira. Cantona. Now it's João Pedro. Vardiol proves too strong. Knocks it into space. Shot could be... Shoots! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
O'Shea is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And the pass is intercepted. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Now it's Owen. That pass has been well intercepted. Doku is onto this. He's through, now is he in? Doku has been caught there, it's a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
So the last big chance perhaps before half-time. And a chance! And yes, it's there! What remarkable powers of recovery!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character, wonderful.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Doku. Cantona. Looking to play him in. And the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this.
3 minutes at a time.
Flings in across. He has a look up. And the shot's on here. Foden. And the referee brings the first half to a close. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. What a good half. They've gone blow for blow, and it's 2-2.
Substitution in progress.
There's the whistle then to start the second half. Wirtz chasing after it. Owen. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And Cherki. Saliba. Rodri. Marmoush. Here's Vieira. Pass somewhat off target. Wirtz. And they can counter here. Now it's Cantona. Over to the left. Cherki. Foden.
This is the time you need that pace.
Engages and forces him off the ball.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Wirtz, great vision. Thinks about the shot. Owen with a beautifully timed run. Foden, that is good alertness. And that's put paid to a promising move. No, it's come to nothing.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And here's Doku. O'Shea looking to add to his goal. Just about up to the hour now. And it's Bernardo Silva. Now that's well seen too. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Vardiol. Now it's Doku. Cherki. Wirtz. O'Shea. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And Owen! It's hit the upright. Vardiol. Saliba. Cherki. Well, that looks a decent ball. Goes for a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Owen really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Bernardo Silva. Nicely weighted ball. It's played through for him. Chance, surely! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Looking for the run. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Vieira does well to get it back. Cherki plays it across. Shot a goal! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Substitution on the field. Number
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Number 47.
They've played it short.
Coming on the field. Number
Now the delivery. Chance! Oh, the ball's come loose here.
22. Kovacic. Substitution.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Vitz threads one in. And this is Rooney. Here's... Can he finish? Dispatched clinically. And they've got their lead back. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
And very quickly, the substitute made his shapes to shoot! Really well taken goal. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Looking for options for movement. Driving through the middle.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Saliba. And it's Lewis. And this is Van Nistelrooy.
Van Nistelrooy really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Can he get it through? Great ball if he can get there. Oh, that's nice. Corner number 4 coming up here. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And there goes the final whistle. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
From the manager's perspective, Peter, I don't think he could have asked for much more. We're certainly result.